Okay, so we're going to cover our cake now with this buttercream. This is Burgundy Chef Master buttercream. I added a bit of super red. I colored the buttercream the night before. I left it to set so it could get a bit darker, and I'm using it today. So I'm using my offset spatula to smoothen the buttercream that I added. I basically use the spatula to press into the buttercream and fill in all the gaps. So with me, I do not add my cakes to the fridge. I use shortening only buttercream, and I leave my cake outside in a cupboard. I have a cupboard specifically for cakes. I have a bulb, and it's like an incubator. So that's what I do. And I let the crumb coat crust, and then I add my buttercream. So I'm using my spatula, and remember, a little goes a long way. When I press into the buttercream, it's going to raise to the edges to help me get the sharp edge that I want. Now I'm going to take my smoother, and once again, remember I said let your arms cross and do one circular motion. That circular motion helps to push the buttercream even higher, and then I can apply to the top and edges and make the corners to my satisfaction. Before, matter of fact, after each rotation, before you pass again, wipe your smoother. Do not leave any residue from the first swipe onto the smoother. That helps you get that smooth finish as well. Yes, you must pass your smoother light on your buttercream at that 45-degree angle so you will get that smooth finish. Now I'm rubbing into the little bit that I had on the top. I'm going to add more eventually, but I'm trying to make this buttercream stretch as much as possible. I'm lightly pulling inward into the center of the cake, so I'm getting that sharp corner finish. I'm leaving the edges a bit spacious because I'm going to add piping at the end, so it's not really going to affect the outer edge of the buttercream, the cake. The secret to getting that smooth finish is the angle in which you hold your smoother and your spatula and make light consistent passes. Try to be eye level with your cake as best as possible. Don't hang over because sometimes you tend to get a slant cake. Now we're going to do a bit of piping. These are shell borders. So you're basically going to put your hand a little close to your cake in a 45-degree angle, and you're going to squeeze and pull down. You squeeze, you give a push, and you pull down. Squeeze, push, pull down. This, I believe, is a 4B Wilton tip. Yeah, I think it's 4B. Mind you, to get my color this deep, I didn't do anything other than prep it the night before. So we're going to add the borders to the bottom and to the top of the cake, and then we're going to do one more border because it's my favorite border and I basically add it to almost every cake. So I'm going to teach you how to do reverse shells. It's basically S in different directions. So follow my fingers. So it's clockwise down, anti-clockwise down, clockwise down, anti-clockwise down. This is one of my star tips that I'm doing with it. So you can either do it in a continuous motion or make a swirl, then stop, swirl, then stop. And now we're going to do shells with the smaller border. I believe I was going to put shells on this cake, but I tried and I didn't like it, so I took it off. I'm basically trying to find the back of the cake so I know where to start my borders. So these are your shell borders. And you can notice as I work this cake, the color keeps getting darker and darker. Some people use microwave methods, some people use immersion method to darken their buttercream. I just set it the night before, and sometimes I steam the cake, and well, not all the time. So this is me trying the shells and I really did not like it. So I take a knife and I took it off. Mind you, the edges of this cake is already almost crusting. So I'm going to add the reverse shells at the top of the cake, and I added glitter, but I had a bit of an accident, so I stopped. I was supposed to write on the cake, but I am very bad at writing, so I just used my Cricut and I printed the topper. And yeah, that's it. Bye y'all.